In this video, I'm going to talk about how to create a sales funnel. My name is Paul Tobey from Training Business Pros. If you've got a business, then you're going to need to know and understand what a sales funnel is and how it is an intrinsic part, an important part of your business. I've got a fantastic step-by-step sales funnel system that I'm going to lay out for you and all the details. Stick around to the end because if you really want to make that sales funnel work for you and your business, you're going to need to learn every single step of this system. Let's get started. Okay, so if you're new to the concept of a sales funnel, the reason why it's called a funnel is essentially because it looks like a funnel. What comes in the top is the majority of leads, and then over time, you're graduating them into different products and services. Typically, people will start with things that are low cost in time and money, and then as you deliver on your promises and they get more value than they expected, that's how to graduate them to products and services that are higher cost in time and money. In order to do this, you're going to need a very specific sales funnel strategy and system. I just happen to have one. Let's get started showing you that. So this is essentially a 7-step process. I call it the client value optimizer system. And step 1 is to choose a traffic source for your target market. So that could be potentially some type of digital marketing, or it could be offline marketing. You have to decide which. In order to decide, you're going to need to know who that audience is, how to describe them, and what they're actually looking for. I've got a video for that where it talks about the inside advantage process. And so you need to determine who our high priority targeted audience is and what do they actually want. The next part of that is what do we do that is different or uncommon in the marketplace. So once you know who the audience is, then you can start to determine where you're going to put your marketing efforts in order to find that audience. And that could be Facebook, and ads are part of that as well. Could be Google, any type of social media. You could leverage your email list or whatever list of associations or businesses that you have. You can also do offline advertising like maybe radio or TV. And there are a myriad of traffic sources to get people into your funnel. Part of marketing is going out and finding people that have an interest. And so you're going to need to probably spend some money here. One of the other ones that I help my companies do is called SEO. So that's search engine optimization. So being found on Google, that's part of the process. So how do people actually find you, get to your website, and start the process? So that's step 1. Step 2 of the sales funnel then is you need to create what's called a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something that you're offering a value, but you're offering it for free. So for example, you could put together a course that's $97 in value. You could have a sample. For example, if you run a natural deodorant company, which I've helped before, you can offer a sample that comes in a small thing. You send it to them along with a couple of coupons to take the next step to actually buy the product. Because of course, once people consume your lead magnet and they get some value from it, they learn that whole trust process. Hey, this is working for me. What else you got? That's really what the lead magnet is for. Of course, the goal there is to collect contact data. And most importantly, you want an email address. And if you can, get an SMS text number as well. And if you have those things, then you can start the follow-up process. Step 3 is you want to start offering something for money. We call this a tripwire, which is essentially low cost in time and money. So that means that you're taking something of value and you're putting a reasonable price on it in order to incentivize that initial purchase. Incentive is a really important word, right? People typically need something, a coupon, a discount, some type of sale going on so they can go, oh yeah, I'm ready to make this initial decision because I'm going to put a little bit of faith in you right now because I don't really know you or your company that well yet. If they don't choose that tripwire, this is where the marketing automation software comes in. it starts to follow up with them by email over a period of time and SMS. The reason why you need that is because people do not buy when you're ready to sell. They buy when they're ready. And so you want to stay in front of them with short-term nurture communications and long-term nurture communications for the people that take longer to make decisions. The whole point of the marketing automation software is to just essentially never give up. It's really all about follow-up. On a consistent basis, keep delivering some value, at least stay in front of them so that they don't forget who you are. If you're expecting people to come to your website and just buy something right away, that's probably not going to happen. And if you let them go without communicating with them, you're going to lose that business for good. So this is really part 4 over here, which is the follow-up system. Then you want to graduate them to what I call core product. For example, a service might be, if you're a consulting company, your core product is $3,000 a month consulting fee. If your core product is monthly software, then it's $97 a month or $199 a month. Whatever that core product is, that's the main product that you focus your entire business on. Most people have one. If you don't know what that is, then you might need to determine that, because the whole goal of this funnel system is to graduate them into that core product. And of course, that for them is higher cost in time and money. So you're going to need to, again, incentivize that specific purchase with a 10% coupon or whatever it is. And then, of course, if they don't buy that right away, start a follow-up series for that specific core product. And then, if you really want to maximize your profit, we call this profit maximizer. And that is something of extreme cost in time and money. Let me give you a specific example of this funnel system in my training business. So for years, my lead magnet would be to offer a free seminar, typically 2 to 4 hours. Now, the initial traffic source for that was a number of things. I would do advertising online, SEO, people would be able to find my website. I utilized my email list, and I was a host of a radio show for a while. So that kind of filled the funnel, and people would show up for these free seminars, which was the lead magnet. And then the Tripwire was a $97 half-day course or $297 half-day course. And eventually I moved up to $997 for 2 days. I called that Marketing and Mastery. And people would spend this $1,000 and they would come to the course for 2 days. And then I would graduate them to core product, which would be a $3,000 course over a 5-day period. Things like Train the Trainer or Dynamic Digital Marketing. And then once I had them in there and I'm earning tons of trust and people getting tons of value, people would invest in what I called universal membership, which would get them into all of our courses for one flat rate of like $25,000. So that's what I mean by profit maximizer. You really want to go after the people that you've built the most trust with, that are willing to spend the money because they love you and they're getting great value from you. And of course, if they don't buy that right away, you want to start another follow-up series. So the marketing automation part and the sales automation is really, again, totally about follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. The more you're following up, the better your chances, because people don't necessarily buy when you're ready to sell. They make a decision when they're ready. The final step, which is step 7 in the system, is what we call the return path. And that means you want to use other marketing other than your follow-up system to pick up where they left off. In other words, if all they've ever done is downloaded the lead magnet, you want to consistently and continuously graduate them to a new Tripwire. If they didn't like the first Tripwire, 6 months later, you want to start marketing another one. You could say for $29, you're going to get this 10-step course, that kind of thing. And the return path is typically some type of remarketing. Now, you can use your email list down here as well to continue that process, but remarketing is a great way to emphasize the offer. So remarketing on Facebook and remarketing on Google. And the way to do this is if they do not have the purchase Tripwire tag, which is a history tag in your CRM, then whatever marketing you're doing, you're focusing on the people that don't have that tag. Try not to remarket to people who've already purchased. They just get annoyed. But then you want to start to remarket to people who don't have that tag. So that's important. And that's where the CRM comes in. Now, you can use this system with any CRM, third party like Infusionsoft, for which I'm a certified partner, but also for things like Groundhogg, which is a self-hosted CRM within WordPress. So that's my 7-step client value optimizer system, which is essentially how to build a sales funnel and how to create a sales funnel for your business. I hope this is valuable to you. If you have any feedback or comments and any questions, of course, that you have about the system, just write them below in the comment section and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks so much for your time.